Does he have it? Oh, they're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line, though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run. Outside line now, though, for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry!
And you're live.
Imola, located on the River Centenero. It is the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy. The city best known as the home of the Autodromo Enzo De Ferrari, which hosts the Formula One Emilia-Romagna Formula Grand Prix, the formerly hosted as the San Marino Grand Prix. However, tonight, in the land of tifosis, pizza, pineapple, Italian motorsport fanatical fans, one driver is clutching the lucky 13-point lead in the championship. Mr. Smart has to outshift the Elliott of the Bull Shift Racing team in P2, charging him down for the top spot. And if bronze isn't your choice of fancy medals, then look out for some silver or Sylvia, just shy of 18 grams away from turning gold. It's halfway point in the Lightspeed Racing Formula One Championship. The champagne is now half full or perhaps half empty. Who wants the sweeter taste of victory? Round 9, live at Imola, coming up right now. The man himself will be in all the production, and the man himself, of course, is James Parfitt. James, my friend, welcome to Italy. And how are you feeling this evening?
I'm very well, thank you very much. That was somewhat of an interesting intro that you've given us there, banging up the hype. But we are back with the LSRL F1 round 9 from the Imola GP here as well. Format this evening, we got qualifying 15 minutes, 3-lap sprint, and then a 35-lap feature coming up for us here. What are we expecting at this wonderful circuit, Biggles? What do we think is going to happen?
Challenges accepted and challenges denied. It's not your Monza. It's not your 13 or so turns, a couple to the left, a couple to the right, sorting out Iscari and Parabolica and stuff like that. This is a matter of an uphill or down challenge. This is the true Italian, deep into the heart of motor racing, my friend. And if you can tackle this track, you can tackle anything. Keep an eye out once again. Nathan Graham on a machine, on a rampage, and currently at the moment top of the timesheet for the practice sessions. But you don't get paid for practice there, James. You get paid for your points positions. And sprint races, of course, is crucial, isn't it? We see what happens when they do get a pole, they get the sprint race done, and they run away with it in their race. So study what's happened in the history. Do you know what I love, James? With the VR headsets? He doesn't realize there's a big tarantula crawling on his shoulder right now. But we won't tell him that. Can you imagine? Anyway. And so he's driving VR. He has the screen up, of course. You can't see the screen. But how is driving in VR, too? Just to let you know. Is that what's the lap time that he put in there? Oh.
what it's like. I really cannot tell you there as well. I know from my point of view, it'll be a little bit more complicated. I wear glasses and I can't see in front of my face. So wearing a VR headset is going to do me no favours, because I'm probably not going to be able to see anything close up in front of my eyeballs. So
I guess it's good for the damn redcoat out there to not see the redcoat himself as well too. Well, there's 2 redcoats on that. That's actually interesting to see. Yeah, once again, the VR headset. Some of the drivers do, some of the drivers don't. It's difficult situations. And good on the man himself, of course, for pulling that one up there. I was going to see if we get a little bit of a thumbs up before we put the pictures away. But we go on to the Canadian Victoria's Secret that we all know is a secret no more. We know you, Dylan. We know you're no secret. The 27 Canadian driver on the grid, not the sole Canadian driver, because there's Tyler Gatley as well. Yeah, I'll get that one. Sorry. Yeah. I'm looking at I'm just set the center statues, my friend. There's pictures of center everywhere. Center was, the god here in Imola, and may the legend himself rest in peace. Of course, he's the reason why I think everybody is on the grid right now, putting in the fastest laps they can in practice session.
Oh, yeah, the championship is on your screen. Jay Smart is there in first place on 108. Elliot Borg in second on 95. John Silver in third on 90. Dylan Gomez on 77 with Matt Miller on 76. Ryan O'Connor on 61. Tamas Boniatti on 57. Nathan Graham 53. Carl Herlitzky, I got it right, on 52. Daniel Johnson on 50. Tied with Mason Sagar. Steve Rubin, Steve Baker on 48. The 2 Steves there together. Michael Kostick 45. Lindsay Green is there as well on 43. Then beyond that, Zachary Kokis and Tyler Gatke brings us to the end of the championship. Now in the team standings, bit of a different story here tonight. As you can see, Bullshift Racing on 152 with Clutchless Wales on 146. Scudiera Andromeda on 138. Burnt Rubber Racing on 119. Shyline Racing on 111. Victoria's Secrets on 104, Cobalt Racing 98, Blue Bowlers 83, Broken Wings Racing 82, and Part-Time Pros at the bottom there on 53. So that's currently all the championship. We've got about a minute left, Biggles, of practice.
We do have a handful of changes at the moment, about 27 seconds. We're seeing Zombie Kebab out there saying, depending on obviously the VR, whether you can fit those glasses over there or not. I actually thought you can change the what do you call the focus is what I was looking for. Then and he was saying, but then again, Elton John would never struggle. But I said Elton John never struggles, my friend. He's the rocket man. He's rocking his way across the line. Versus anybody else. There's a bit of a British reference.
No, I definitely don't.
Anyway, it's good to see you then. Sorry?
I definitely don't have Elton John glasses.
Are you sure, my friend?
I'm positive.
You wear them to a dress party rehearsal, or maybe to a showdown for the JB Broadcasting YouTube channel. That'll be something in the future, the red carpet. But we'll see at the moment, because, my friend, that dress rehearsal is over right now. So pull out your piano and the main stage and start singing those songs, because qualifying is about to start.
Well, I'm not going to sing, because people will get deeply offended if I probably sing. So I'm not going to sing. But qualifying is coming up for you now here this evening. 15 minutes open quali here at this very tricky circuit. And let's have a look. When the guys get round to the start-finish line, we'll bring you up well, I think we'll jump in the car with somebody and have a look and see how they're getting on there as well. Welcome in, Zombie Kebab. And obviously, of course, James Rep there as well. Let's go, boys. So, yeah, Elton John glasses might struggle. They're the ones with the stars and all the fancy gubbins pointing off the side, aren't they?
It may be something Lewis Hamilton will wear to a future Formula One event. That man is a fashion statement, isn't it, himself? And or maybe Daniel Ricciardo might be riding in some yeehaw horses, but unfortunately not here into Imola, maybe into Texas. Speaking of that one, James, is there anybody you could probably maybe, I don't know if you really want to stretch out that one, but once you go on board on a hot lap around Imola, I'd actually like to hear from a driver or maybe something like that. Or maybe yourself, James. I know you do drive on Monday nights. I've seen you on your YouTube channel driving.
Not very well.
Do you want to give us a hot lap around Imola?
Yeah, I do drive, but not very well. We are coming around the second to last corner, so here we go. Down the start-finish straight now. DRS will be open just about now. There as well for Jay Smart as he starts zooming up round this.
James, I might have to cut you off, my friend, because there may not be your voice in the PIP at the moment. The picture-in-picture you're seeing on the screen at the moment, James. It's difficult to allow that one, so that's what the chat was calling out. So sorry to cut you off. I don't even know if I can hear me at the moment, but anyway, we'll commit to this. It's how bizarre, exactly. Crossing the line right now. There it is, J Smart, 15.3. If you guys can hear, please let us know. Thank you for that. This is
I hope so. I put great effort into that lap, and if nobody can hear me, I'm not happy.
James, guess what? You now have a lot of time to do it again.
Well, I don't.
And thank you to the audience out there for giving us that one. James,
we can hear you big. Well, that's just cruel, isn't it? Just sit here in silence.
Hear me, my friend. James, do it again, please, because that was absolutely fantastic. You guys missed it. I want to hear it again, James. Pick somebody else, and tech issues are all sorted out in the caravan.
I've managed to do it now, so it's fine. I've sorted out my little tech issues, so, you know.
Well, okay, dress rehearsal's over, my friend. Main stage
Dress
again.
rehearsal.
Give it a shot.
I'll have to try and find somebody round the edge here with Dylan Gonaz. I think he's coming round the left-hander. Nope, he's a little bit further on there than I want. Sean Atkins, no, Mason Sagar, there we go. Coming down into turn one, we go the left-hander, then we're going to go sweeping up the hill and into the Tamborello chicane. Left, then we're going to go right, fifth gear on the exit here with Mason Sagar as he's sweeping now into Toza on the brakes. They go second gear, third on the exit, and he's sweeping off up the hill. Under the bridge we go, round turn 8 coming into the Piratella. The left-hander, seventh. On the gas, there we go, nice and early round through turn 10, coming round the Aquamilarali double right-hander. Down we go through the gears, fourth gear, and we're off again here as he's sweeping down the hill. Into the outer we go, we're going to go right, then we're going to go left, keep it off the edge, good job. Mason Sagar, and then round into the double left-hander of the Ravazza. Going to go right, kick right a little bit, and then we got left, and then left again. And then we're going to come round at the end of the lap and up through the gears we go. You can see it on the right-hand side. DRS wide open now. And what is Mason Sagar going to do as he comes across the line? 1:17.92 for Mason Sagar there. 1:17.92. But it is Jay Smart, Thomas Bonnier, Elliot Borg, and Matt Miller. So there we go. It was a volume up lap. Thank you, Gareth. See, Gareth's sticking up for me. You know what I mean?
Couple of seconds off the bubble there. Nathan's looking pretty sharp around the bubble there. 15.2. Jay Smart's looking quick. Look out for Mac Miller, of course, and some of the other top guns here in the championship here in Lightspeed Racing League. And thank you very much, everybody, for bringing that up there. We're testing new fantastic features here, aren't we, James, on your network?
We are.
We need more thumbs up, but you need it. And, mate, don't you worry about it. We'll get virtual reality for everybody out there. We'll get... How about tire smell-o-vision? So if you're thinking about the burnt tires, lockups, and all that sort of jazz, that may be coming in the future, isn't it? Just put your nose a little bit closer to the screen. Smell the burnt rubber.
Maybe. Can you imagine that? Smelly vision.
Don't know, mate. Yeah. I'm sure if anybody could bring it, you could bring it. Mac Miller
I don't know how I'm going to work that one out. We've got 9 minutes remaining here. Matt Miller there doing an absolute flying lap. Oh, where you going, son? Misses the chicane and in to the barrier.
So, wait, is this Monza? Oh, a little bit too far down the road, that one, my friend.
Not yet, mate. Not yet at all. So, yeah, it should be an interesting one, I think. It's going to be that run down into turn 1 that's going to be causing the problem, because they're going to be hacking some speed down into the Tamborello before they go left and right, and that's going to be the tricky part, I think, for some of these drivers as well. Elliot Borg has got a purple under his belt, mind you.
I was going to say, keep an eye on Elliot Borg, my friend. The man that's really spicy in the championship here. Spicing his way, pineapple or pizza or not. We won't go into that. In fact, we will go into that one the whole time we're going to be around here in Imola. In Italia, welcome along. And not the best of the third sector, but let's see if Elliot can navigate. Oh, as you said, mate, this is where you kind of like your skin crawls, isn't it, mate? You get goosebumps when you go through there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be, driving these cars, to be fair. It's an interesting thing with these, because you get onto like an F122, and I use a controller when I used to play that game, And then all of a sudden you go into F1 2022 on a wheel and you realise how bad you actually are. And then you're sitting back thinking, do you know what, I'm going to go back on my controller. So you go back onto your controller, you do an absolute barnstormer, and then you come on iRacing, jump into W12 and you realise you actually do suck. So,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So you come back in with a wheel and you're like, no, I really am not good at this at all.
It's like going for the old arcade games with the Daytona or whatever those arcade games used to play back in the day, of course, that you and I would play back in the day, of course, and then roll into a real racing simulator and you're like, okay, all right. This is a little bit more risking it for the biscuit, a little bit more trickier than what I expected it to be. I mean, you got to remember, iRacing is probably very, very damn close to the real racing sims that drivers would actually use to rehearse and practice in Formula One. At least knowing the track, I wouldn't imagine that would be too much difficult. Laser scan tracks, my friend. So even though the actual chassis and the dynamics of the car that you're racing is different, but the track is still the same, isn't it? Especially if it's laser scanned.
Yeah. Zombie said the W12 I find is much easier to just drive compared to the F1 22, but it's a lot harder to drive fast and on the limit. I think that's probably right, to be honest, because I think compared to what, you know, we sit back and perceive as an easy car to drive, even though you got, you know, traction for absolute days and downforce that can apparently stick you to a circular tunnel if you try and drive it upside down. However, Mark Webber did have a go and it didn't end very successfully for him.
Oh, yeah, I see you picking on the old Webster.
Well, it was true. It didn't end well when he tried to do it in a Red Bull. But, you know, at the end of the day, this circuit itself and this car itself is just a tricky combination all in all together, to be fair.
It is, but you got to remember, you are driving the pinnacle of motorsports car around the pinnacle of motorsports tracks in the world. So, hey, you want to earn the big shoes, the big paychecks, you want to be flying with the top guns, this is it. All right? So, no complaining. You can't handle the heat in the kitchen, you got to get out of the kitchen. Oh, just like that. Getting out of the final corner. Well, not the final corner, but just on cue, isn't it? Sorry about that, driver.
Carl
That was all
Helitsky.
James.
No, can't blame me. Just don't lie.
Yeah, he was. He was the cameraman, okay? I was just casting.
Oh, really? You're completely copping out of it now, aren't you? You know what I mean? Not me, boss, not me. You sound like...
But he couldn't handle the heat, mate, in Italia.
You sound like my kids, mate, when they tell me that they've broken something. And I go, who broke it? They go, not me, not me. Oh, right, so we've got a broken fairy now, a food fairy.
James. Remember you're talking about, you know, we're talking about what are we looking at, about an average 2K I rating for these cars in this track. It's not easy. I mean, we've casted many of the highest I rating drivers on the planet, right? And not many of them, straight field 1.8K, not many of them can handle these machines. So that's just a whole different ball game, isn't it? They can get there and do an LMP2 and go, well, yeah, I can annihilate everybody on a track, but put him in a W12. We'll see how they handle this. Oh, just like that, James.
Nathan,
that's how tricky this track is.
Yeah, Nathan Graham didn't handle that, and he's 3.5K, so if he can't handle it, there's not much chance of my little 1.8 being able to handle it. Well, I'm not even 1.8, I don't think. 1.3 can't handle it either, so, you know, there we go. We're definitely in trouble. But Elliot Borg has gone faster again in Sector 1. He's coming up through Sector 2. Just going into the hairpin of Toza before we start going up through 8 and 9 and then dropping into the Piratella on the left-hander there as well. So it should be definitely an interesting one. I really hope that these guys can survive the Tamburello, break a little bit earlier, because it is going to be a little bit of an issue for these cars if they don't break early enough. They're going to be, you know, just cold all the way through, and it just could end. It could literally be a natural disaster. Could really be a natural disaster.
Well, the key thing about the pinnacle motorsports in a Formula 1 car is the brake pedal. A lot of the things that drivers do struggle between F3, F2 as well too, is the biggest thing they notice is the actual sheer braking force, isn't it? And that's the thing that separates these cars. They have very, very quick course acceleration and all that jazz, but the brake, it's like, you know, you're flying 300 kilometers in, okay, spot your 100, 200, like 200, 150, 100 marker, bang, slap the brake pedal, hope the car sticks. That is the biggest difference in Formula 1. And mind you, of course, the brake pedal in real life is massively hard to push. Most drivers actually, when you do watch some of those videos, they go back and the and the team say, okay, push the brake pedal. Okay, they're sitting stationary in the garage, push the brake pedal, and they slam it hard. And they go, okay, how? And then they go, yep. What was that? The teams would go, you slammed it 70%. Hit it harder, and they hit it harder. 80%. Hit it harder. Like, it's so difficult, and that's what you need to do. Stop the car as quickly as possible as you arrive as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I don't know how, these guys do it. I don't know how the sim racers do it, to be fair, because there's just... The car overall is very, very quick, and it's a very, 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 very quick car. So to be prepared and slam it on the brakes going into the Tamburello there is definitely going to be a interesting concept of how these guys get on. Nathan Graham has set a purple in Sector 3. Oh, is he going to be able to keep
traffic.
it on? No. No. There we go.
Oh, signing autographs, James. Yeah, signing autographs. I think with the limited time that we have, James, it's going to be very interesting to see if anybody could smash Nathan's time there. I'm not seeing any purples from anybody at this point, but never know. No,
Lindsay Green's going quicker, but I think that's just quick on their own. Oh, no, straight into the pits. John Silver is going quicker again. He's coming around the exit of the Ravazza there as well. I heard a terrific fact the other day, says Zombie. The drag on an F1 at top speed slows the car more than normal. Car breaks more brake force just from the airbag at top speed. Well, that was what? It was like a mind. What?
Yeah.
It's like a mind blown moment, isn't it? You know what I mean? What?
Smash the teeth in the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I remember what we all know. Martin Brundle talking about flight spotting, right? He would say they would rattle the fillings out of your teeth. Remember that? Because Martin Brundle was in the old school days. Elliot Bogg setting a purple sector there, James.
Yeah, he's on the screen
Keep an eye
now.
on that one.
Yep. We are with the little green driver on the left-hand side. If they've gone red, it means they're off track.
That ain't going to work.
No, like that. Gareth's put same thing with my Renault Scenic, but that may be why it's an MOT failure. And obviously, I don't know if you know about MOTs, Biggles. They're like basically a car check, a service almost that we have to go and get done. And they tell you, your brakes have failed, or your
motorsport, blah blah. Yeah.
Or something somewhere, is broken.
And
so
same thing.
You have to go
I think
and
that's
fix
it, my friend. I think that is the end of qualifying.
It definitely is, and we will bring you up the grid here this evening, so you can see. So Nathan Graham is in first, Jay Smart second, Matt Miller third, Elliot Borg fourth, Tamas Boniatti in fifth, Ryan O'Connor sixth, Dylan Goda seventh, Carl Halitsky in eighth, Steve Rubens ninth, Zachary Kokis in 10th, Daniel Johnson in 11th, and Mason Sagar down in 12th place. Tyler Gatke 13th, John Silver 14th, Lindsay Green 15th, Anthony Giuliano 16th, Sean Atkins 17th, and then of course at the bottom of the hill there we've got Michael Kostick in 18th place. So let's see how this one plans out, see how we get on. What do we think is going to happen, the Biggles? What do we think is going to happen?
Top Gear and MOT. That's something at the moment that Conway was mentioning. Thank you very much about that one. Motorsports Transport Association, whatever it's called, something. I tell you what, Nathan Graham, mate, we've seen it in a couple of races before. If this man gets away, he gets away. If he can do it the sprint race, he's going to be good looking forward to the feature race. That's it. And I think if you were the likes of Jay Smart, Mac Miller, and Elliot Borg, I don't know, mate, talk to Conway out there, or even talk to the old, Top Gear days.
What?
Well, talk to the MOT about it, mate. The Motor Transport Association. What have they done here?
Why? What?
That's what it is, James. They've elected the drivers cannot do a standing start, and they need to do a rolling start. They probably enjoyed the IndyCar.
This is just...
They enjoyed the IndyCar, James, more than they enjoyed the Bahrain F1 GP the other day, because I guarantee I did enjoy the IndyCar race more than I enjoyed the Bahrain GP, but is what it is. But I'll tell you what, everybody's on softs, James. That's what I'm seeing in the pictures.
Yeah, everybody's on soft tyres. So when they change on the left-hand side, guys, we will know they do have to do a pit stop. So let's see how they get on. I'm not entirely sure what has gone on here and why we've got a rolling start. It's very, very bizarre, which means they're even going to carry even more speed down into the Tamburello. So let's see how we get on now. We're going to have the lights up on the screen. Of course, I'm going to have to try and catch a roller. So let's see what happens. So coming around the bank right.
A couple drivers go on the pit road as well too, James. But keep an eye on this one when they do go green flag conditions. There it is. Barney's going to say, hit the pedal.
And away we go. Free ride down into the Tamburello. This is not going to work, but it is Nathan Graham, Matt Miller, Jay Smart, Elliot Borg, Thomas Boniatti, Ryan O'Connor, Zachary Kokis, John Silver there as well as they race down now into the right-hander of the Villeneuve. They're going to go left and then they're going to go right and then they're going to come into Toza there as well. Dylan Gonaz! Whoa! From the Victoria's Secret teams, mounting a car and going up in the air as well, right? I would say everybody's going to get through safely, but clearly that didn't happen, Biggles.
I think Dylan has to change his underwear at the moment because he shouldn't be wearing any Victoria's Secrets right now. But yes, that's a little bit unfortunate for him. But time is on his side. Nathan leading this race there from Mac Miller and Mr. J Smart, Elliot Borg into P4. So only positions gained, P2, P3. But James, what's happened here?
Zachary Kokis is off as well. There's another one off, but it is Nathan Graham out in front. Matt Miller in second. Jay Smart in third. Mason Sagar in eighth place, up 4 places. Lindsay Green in ninth, up 6 places in this sprint race here. And it is only 3 laps as we're starting now with lap 2, Biggles.
And Silva, don't forget about Jonas Silva. 7 positions gained in P7. And just, sitting in the back there patiently realizing, hey, this is a sprint race. We have the feature race coming up, so I'll be in a better position to start the next race. It is what it is. Nathan's looking strong, as you can see on your pictures at the moment. Second and change down the road. Don't worry about DRS. Not even going to be activated here in the first 3-lap sprint races. When you get to see a little bit of the, the dive bombs, risking it for the biscuit situation, knowing that hey, we're trying to gain something or perhaps we're going to lose something. Tyler's lost something. Sean's lost something. And Steve has lost something, but they know that they have another race coming up. And at this point, Mac Miller and Jay Smart starting to climb a little bit into the territory of denying Nathan perhaps a restart for the feature and winning this one.
No, Nathan Graham out in front currently by, just under a second now. And there is Jay Smart as he's trying to chase down Matt Miller. These 3, I think, are going to be the ones that everybody's got to try and contend with to see how they get on. It's going to be a very, very exciting race for this feature. Don't forget, guys, the grid is set by the finishing positions in the sprint. Okay, so by the finishing positions in this, they will be positioned up on the feature race. Final lap of the race. Nathan Graham in first, Matt Miller second, Biggles, and Jay Smart in third.
Well, Michael just went the pit road as well, too, so he's just boxed. That'll allow that position back, as you can see on your timing screen there. Kostek is into the pit road. And probably electing to say, okay, it is what it is. Nathan just at the fastest lap, my friend. The fastest. So he's like, I'm not comfortable with Mac getting within a second of me. So he's just shaved at 1.4. Bingo. Nathan looking strong again, my friend.
He looks incredible strong here this evening, and he's doing an absolutely stellar job. So it's going to be definitely an interesting one to see who can catch him. Do we think anyone can catch him?
No, not like the last. If you've tuned into the last couple of weeks, if you haven't tuned into the last couple of weeks, you better be subscribing and liking because it's there. You can watch it all back. I'm sure some of the drivers have with a either a happy face or a frown face, but either way, Nathan is unstoppable if he leads a race so far. And this is a man in the championship, as I said, that isn't battling necessarily for the championship, but hey, he realizes we're halfway through this championship, James.
Yeah, taking the victory, Nathan Graham, Matt Miller, Jay Smart, Elliot Borg, Thomas Boniatti, and then we go down here as well. Mason Sagar was doing so well, and then he just went off track. So unfortunately for Mason Sagar there as well, he was off track. We've got Michael Kostick, Sean Atkins, Steve Rubens in the pits. That's how they have finished. So there you go. It's going to be an exciting feature. We will bring it to you. We will wait for Anthony Giuliano to come across the line and finish
real
off
question, James.
Yeah.
Real quick question. Some of those drivers electing to make a pit stop means that they're going to change their tyre strategy for the feature race. Remember this.
Yeah, but I didn't think, if I'm not mistaken, and trust me if I'm not, I'm just checking the rules and regulations now. I'm not entirely sure that there is a restriction on tyres. I've got a funny feeling.
So you can start the tyres. No, I thought you had to start the tyres on this. That's one for the audience out there to to quote us wrong. I mean, James and I are generally wrong, especially if James talking about the Brazilian GP back in 2008. But we won't talk about that one. James, the results will be up here from our feature race. I'm sorry, our sprint race.
I'm not wrong, but yes, they are here. Right. So we got Nathan Graham is your winner. Matt Miller in second. J Smart third. Elliot Borg fourth. Thomas Boniatti in fifth. Ryan O'Connor sixth. John Silver seventh. Lindsay Green eighth. Zachary Kokis ninth. Daniel Johnson in 10th. Dylan Gonaz 11th. Carl Halitsky in 12th. Tyler Gatke 13th. Mason Sagar 14th. Anthony Giuliano is down in 15th place. And there as well. So it looks like that is the final finishing positions for everybody. And, well, we're going to have a brief little warm-up now. Have a chat a minute. Do you know, I'm interested to see. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, there is no flag, there is no tyre restriction. I'm sure that's right.
I'm just wondering, James, why were some of the drivers that were hovering around the P9, P10 position electing to box? I mean...
Jump start.
They had one more lap to go, so the damage is damage. You probably wouldn't have lost that many places, but that's something in the back of my mind. I'm just curious to ask about it. Can we pull anybody in here to ask about that one, James? Can we yank anybody?
Do you know who went into the pits, though? That's the question.
We do. Well, there was a couple of drivers, actually.
Yeah.
Now I don't know, James, because the timing's updated itself, but that's why we're relying on everybody out there in the chat to kind of let us know about that one. Toyotas are built different. Yep. James, can you pull anybody? What about Mac Miller? I don't know. Can we get Mac in for a quick chat?
He didn't pit, did he? Let's see if we can pull in. Let's see where has he gone? Let's have a quick chat with.
We have a warm up,
Anthony
guys.
Giuliano here as well. Has joined us in the booth. Anthony.
He's here. He's here. Anthony. Oh yeah, he's gone for a loo break. All right.
Live on that one. Who else can we pick to see as well?
Get Max. Maybe just pull up the old Mac Miller.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can have a quick chat with Dylan. Hold on, I've got to do this in a different way.
They are contracted to be able to perform interviews, of course. Here.
Yeah.
It's a part of their contract, isn't it, James?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true.
We're running out of time too because we've got about.
I'm trying. Leave me a minute. I'm trying.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling everybody out there.
I'm trying to see what broadcast booth I've got to move him to because they put 4 in there now and they didn't name it broadcast booth F1 or GT3. They've just put them all as broadcast booth.
Can I drag? Tell me who to drag. I'll drag them.
Can you get Dylan?
All right.
Vocals gone again, James. For that scene as well. Really?
I can't actually get Dylan, but I think it may. James, it's a picture-in-picture. When you do the picture-in-picture on the driver, you're losing the audio. I believe that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's back now. I'm just going to check.
I believe they can hear me, but we're probably running out of time for interviews at the moment anyway, guys, because the warm-up session will be over. They'll be lining up on there, so...
Right, everybody's... Right, can you...
Can everybody hear James on this one right now?
There we go. It should be good.
Yeah.
I've sorted it.
Thumbs up if you can hear us there. Who's the driver we're looking at? Well, before.
Oh, we're looking. Yeah, look, run for him. There's Jay Smart.
Okay.
So that's Jay. Still got his VR on. Bless him. Can't see anything. Doesn't know he's actually on camera at the moment either.
He doesn't know the trench is crawling his
shoulders. Yeah, he doesn't know. There's Daniel. He's sat there with his, looks like he's got his PJs on. Bless him. So, and then there's Anthony. So all of them should work now. I've managed to sort them out. It's amazing what happens.
I feel like a big brother spying on people's racing rigs right now in their home.
Right. James. Let's bring you up the grid for race 2. Nathan Graham in first, Matt Miller second, Jay Smart third, Elliot Borg fourth, Thomas Boniatti fifth, Ryan O'Connor sixth, John Silver seventh, Lindsay Green eighth, Zachary Kokis ninth, Daniel Johnson 10th, Dylan Gonaz 11th, Carl Hurlitsky in 12th place, Tyler Gatke 13th, Mason Sagar 14th, Anthony Giuliano 15th, Kostic 16th, Ruben 17th, and then Sean Atkins down in 18th place. So let's go. We've got another rolling start here. Somebody has made a big oopsie. setting up the sessions this evening. So the pit one, yeah, good on the first one, back sorted. Thanks, Gareth. I love it. Gareth said, "Going, yeah, you're all good, mate. You're all good." So,
what about those tyres, James? So they have that switch through those tyres when we're seeing softs and mediums?
yeah, softs and mediums seems to be the way to go. Nathan Graham on the softs, of course, even though Nathan's on the mediums as well. So it's just John Silver.
Oh, it's changed again.
He's also on the mediums. So John opted for the mediums there. So let's see what happens and see how we get on and see how these drivers do on these medium tyres. It's definitely going to be an exciting one to sit back. We've got 35 laps of action here this evening, ready to go as we are in the feature under a safety car, which is very bizarre. Very, very bizarre.
James, you know who's in control of that pace car, safety car at the moment there? I had to say it's Zombie Kebab, isn't it? Zombie, how are you finding... Is it a Porsche? Don't look like it. How are you finding the safety car, the conditions on the track right now here in Imola? It's about midday, so it should be pretty good. See how he handles it.
Yeah, Anthony's just said iRacing switched to rolling starts on the update. It should have been a standing.
Oh.
Figured that one.
Oh, he's building the pit lane, so here we go, James. Couple corners to go. Green flag.
Yeah, here we go now. Nathan Graham on first, Matt Miller second, Jay Smart third, Elliot Borg fourth. Let's see what happens with this roller, as they're going to be coming across the line very, very shortly. It's the line there, there's the flag. And we are away here in Imola for this W12 for the LSRL F1 going down into the first corner. Tamburello, is everybody going to make it through? At the moment, Dylan Gonaz is through. There's a slight little wiggle from Mason Sager, hugging that inside line there as well. He seems to have got through, and everybody has made it currently at the moment. Nathan Graham, though, is off to an absolute flyer, Biggles. Round Tozer in first place.
As we expected, Jay Smart up one position on Mac Miller. So keep it on that battle brewing there for P2, P3. But look at the other battles brewing at the moment too. In the back of the field there, you got Rubens, Johnson. You have Kokos. There's a lot of midfield, right? Back of the field action there. Silver still battling at the moment for P6 as they're brewing up. Elliot Borg on Mac Miller. There is your results halfway through lap one there of a feature race. Imola.
Yeah, I'm wondering, right? One of the things I'm wondering, I'm going to switch over to the picture Jay Smart in a minute, right? And I want to see whether or not he leans into the corner. I think that's going to be an interesting one. There's been a big accident at the back here with Carl Halitsky. Looks like he's had a bit of a nightmare, and Anthony Giuliano. So let's just go and have a quick look back at that one. He's at the back of the field for the Blue Ballers, but
I think there was somebody spinning off into the grass, into the dirt, and that was it. And I saw that in the background. But I think there was more action a little bit further up too, James.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that one later on.
Tyler
There it is. There's another car.
Yeah, and Zachary Kokis also having issues as well. And there's somebody else off the side of the track at the same time. So, a lot going on.
We'll keep back an eye on Jay Smart, because you said, well, you can't really see too much ahead. You can't put your hand out in front of him and see. He's in VR. Let's see how he pans out trying to catch Nathan, because this is crucial at the moment. We've seen this before in the past. You let a driver to go too far up the road in a feature race, that's it. It's essentially maybe a game over, barring pit stops. But let's see how he pans out.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to lean. He's not leaning there in the picture, as you can see on the bottom right-hand corner. He's just kind of sort of sat still and just turning his head. I think in VR gives you a different dimension. Leaning a little bit to the left there as he's going around Ravazza for the first time, but that is Jay Smart. He's now half a second back from your leader Nathan Graham with 33 and 32 laps on the clock with remaining there as well, as we go down into Mason Sager, who is battling away with Lindsay Green down in 9th and 10th place at the moment, Biggles.
They are battling, James, because they realise at this point it's all about the ERS management and not the DRS. DRS will be activated very, very soon. But Jay Smart, I have to say, still keep an eye on that one, James, because I think I realise, we do realise from the previous events that Jay Smart, if he does allow Nathan Graham to get away, that is it. But look at the overtaking you'll see at the moment. Sean Atkins, and this is a battle for P13.
Yeah, down the order at the moment, but Atkins has just cleared Tyler Gatke there. Unfortunately for Tyler, he's just lost a position to Sean Atkins, and then in the middle is Lindsay Green and Mason Sagar once again at it with each other for the Burnt Rubber Racing team against the Shyline Racing of Sega. And then in the back behind them, they've got Daniel B. Johnson climbing up after him as well. So we'll go on to lap 3 and see what happens.
It's like a grandma driving. I apologize about that one, Lindsay, but it's like a grandma driving down an M2 highway at the moment. She's stuck on 60 and we're trying to 100. That's the little kerfuffle situation because Mason Sega, Johnson, and Ruben's all tucked up behind there. And nothing that Lindsay needs to worry about too much, apart from defending a little bit, because there's some hungry wolves in this neighborhood here of Imola. And about to start lap 5 or lap 4 for these drivers. And here we go. Challenge accepted or denied.
No, DRS wide open for Mason Sega there. It has been activated. Daniel Johnson got DRS as well. So, yeah, the nice, easy pass for Mason Sega. Let's see if he can push on forward now. He's got Dylan Gonaz up the road. Ryan O'Connor is in a battle here with John Silver and Dylan Gonaz, mind you. And we can have a look back there from Ryan O'Connor's car. Ooh.
What a sensational speed camera there. If you're not feeling close to the track there, in fact, every once in a while it's flickering because there's a little bit of scraping the camera onto the tarmac there, James.
Yeah. We'll flip back to John Silver, not quite sure on the flickering. Don't want me to cause any dramas, but
that's
John
because
Silver,
the camera was just hitting the tarmac, mate. I'm completely surprised with the camera still living, but Dylan putting the pressure on, as you said, the battle for P7 is brewing.
Yeah, coming around into the Ravazza now. Watch John Silver with his DRS. He will open that DRS up, and he will. I should.
It's a beep, James. It's like a beep.
Yeah, and he'll
like
get. He should
like
get a pocket rocket almost of speed there. The DRS wide open. Here we go. Take the outside. O'Connor gives it the outside line, and job done before we've even got in to the airport.
Gonna make it stick, but James, it's not that easy when you get through here. Can do it. He did do it.
Oh, O'Connor's went off. O'Connor's off. So, unfortunately for Ryan, O'Connor went off and dropped back behind Dylan Gonaz as well. Lindsay Green is another one with Steve Rubens and Michael Kostick behind him here. Steve Rubens is there. He's just cleared Michael Kostick. Lindsay Green has just gone past him all at the same time. So, it's all now a battle of what these guys can do further down the order. So, let's see how they get on here. Lindsay Green in 13th.
I think Lindsay Green will be happy with his position at the moment. He's basically 975 in iRating. And mixing up the big boys there with 2K or 1.5K plus. So Lindsay's doing a good job there, defending as much as he possibly can, the Burnt Rubber Racing team, but just hanging in there, and that's all it's about. Looking at those pit stop strategies later on there and working out if anybody else is going to go bingo into the wall or not. Jay Smart putting a bit of pressure right there on Nathan Brown. Right now, I have to say, James, as close can he get? How close can he get for an OT? He's been trying. He's certainly not let Nathan get away. And Mac Miller now out of the DRS. 2 seconds and change down the road there in P3.
Yeah, John Silver is trying to defend hard here as well. But here comes the Sean Atkins on Lindsay Green overtake. Sean's going to make it through with DRS. It's just non-competable, really, when that rear wing is wide open. But Nathan Graham, I tell you what, is not having a comfortable feeling with this man behind him. Shot wide. He's all of a sudden his cameras are just like, no, not loving this.
Well, you went from those cameras that you asked in iRacing there, James. Courtesy of it. J Smart has to make a move here. He can see the blinking light of death there on the back of Nathan's machine. Now, if you are familiar to F1, the blinking light represents you're out of battery, and Jay will very much be aware of that one. In fact, if he doesn't look at doing something soon, Mac Miller now got that 1.7 seconds or so. Mac Miller's almost in DRS range for the battle for P1 here, brewing up, James.
Yeah, Miller's definitely putting the effort in to try and catch up with him. Jay Smart has got his DRS sort of wide open. That's going to pull him away from Matt Miller at the moment. He's being saved here. What's Graham going to do? He's going to be trying almost a switch back over Nathan Graham. Doesn't make it stick this time around, as this is the battle of the two leaders at the front of the grid currently at the moment. Jay Smart in the blue and orange car. Nathan Graham in the yellow. There they are. Oh,
it's going for it, James.
Contact.
He's going to stick with this at the moment, side by side. Keep an eye out there for Mac Miller in the background. He ain't leaping this one. Side by side, James. Who's going to be bold and brave to break first?
Oh, Jay Smart's got the inside line. Can he tighten it up as he's coming round now? Nathan Graham's there. Matt Miller's involved as well in this one now. That's it. It's a three-way battle. Oh, Graham trying to get the power on too early. Jay Smart is going to look at getting the run. Up in to the outer we go. He's not going to make it stick this time around. Slight bit of contact there. Miller's got to get through.
Spin from
Graham.
Jay's. Graham's gone out there. So Miller would go through.
Oh, Graham's gone round. That puts Jay Smart in the front. Jay Smart in
Borg's
the
back
front.
into play now.
Yep.
There's 7 seconds to change down the road for P4. James, when we get a second, of course, I'll see that replay in a minute, but we'll keep it on. This battle at the moment is brewing. DRS activated for Miller. DRS activated for Borg. Jay Smart now under pressure situation. Under pressure. Talk to David Bowie. Talk to Nick Miller.
Oh, he's going to go up the inside. He has. Elliot Borg's going to get in there as well. They're going to be looking at running too wide down into Tozer. Smart's going to have the outside, the inside line. He's going to lock it up. Can he get his job done? Oh, he's gone off. Jay Smart's off. He ran out of road. That's allowed Elliot Borg now to go at Matt Miller. Wow. Everybody's spinning every which way. But let's have a look back at Nathan Graham's incident here this evening.
James, it seems to be P1 is cursed at the moment. Let's find out what happened. Nathan goes around. Too much on the loud pedal coming out of that corner. So P1 curse has hurt Nathan. And then just what you saw before there, another P1 curse has destroyed one of these drivers on lap 8 of 30. Well, not destroyed, of course, but they just have a bit of spinneroo. Yeah, it seems to be, I don't want to be in P1. Mac Miller, you might be next on the hit list.
Yeah, there is Daniel B. Johnson from the Cobalt Racing team. Teeth work. This is chasing down
It's
Mason
about 2 a.m. in the morning
Sega.
for you, James.
I know. I know.
Anthony's gone off, mate. I'm not sure you want to show Anthony's going off a track excursion, but it is what it is.
I just want to see how Daniel Johnson gets on here with Mason Sagar down the straight. He's going to be pulling DRS as well. Can he now get close enough? That's going to be the question.
James, you got to switch one up to the top of the timesheets. You can't get it done there, Mr. Johnson.
No.
The camera's going to have to shy away from you, my friend.
He's
Because the action has to go up to this one. And this is Elliot Borg versus Jay Smart side by side. James, you know this. It's actually bringing Mac Miller a bit of a smile on his face going, I got 1 point something seconds to change, breaking the DRS, but Jay Smart's not breaking no DRS there. He has Elliot Borg, and this is crucial in the championship, as you are aware of. They're only a couple of points separated.
They got to stop fighting. They got to stop fighting. Giuliano is in the pits. Anthony Giuliano there. But they've got to stop fighting. Otherwise, Matt Miller's just going to take off down the road. He's 1 point. What is he at the moment? 1.3. He's gone off. Miller's off.
Oh, another. That's the P1 curse, James. That's the third P1 curse we've had. Everybody's leading this race right now for Lightspeed Racing League in P1 has spun.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you, James. I'm not trying to write the script. This was what happened at the moment. Everybody lit this race has had a spin and dropped their P1. What is going on? Does Jay Smart even right now want to overtake Elliot Borg and say, mate, I just heard what's happening in the broadcast. Do I want to take P1 or just let Elliot maybe have a spin? Sorry, Elliot, don't spin, but we'll never know.
Yeah, no, definitely everybody. Nathan Graham, Jay Smart and Mick Miller all out of P1 have gone around as we got 25 laps here, 117 a lap.
Oh, somebody off in the background too, James. Who was that?
Dylan Gonaz. I think it may have been Dylan Gonaz. It is. And he's blown. He's blown. He's smoking.
That's cooked like a Ferrari into Bahrain. Unfortunately, you feel like Charles Leclerc right now, my friend. Well, unfortunately, you must do that.
How did he do that? Okay.
No,
contact.
big smash.
Yeah, contact in the rear there. So, unfortunately for him, there was contact.
You got to drive it back too. Why not? This battle at the moment brewing still. Mason Sager, of course, and Mr. Johnson. They're still going for it tooth and nail there, James.
Yeah, Mr. Sego, Shyline Racing, of course, and Daniel Johnson from the Cobalt Racing team catching up with Ryan O'Connor, also from Shyline. Could possibly use Ryan if Segar's a bit smart about it on the run round Ravazza. Stay within O'Connor's draft. He'll pick up the DRS. It will save him from Daniel Johnson behind and save him, being able to be overtaken down into Tamburello. I think that's going to be the major thing here is how is this DRS going to play out We know Sagar should pick it up. He's going to survive from Daniel Johnson this time around. Is it going to be survive Ryan O'Connor? He is. I think O'Connor's going to get to save this one as well, Biggles.
I'm not quite sure the team's actually working together at the moment that much because I think they're struggling more with the trickiness of this track, of course, one of the great tracks. Here we go, Battle Brewing, of course, there for the massive P6, P5 position. Can Silva hook it up there? The Colombian driver try to bring it, of course, but I'm not quite sure he's got to tuck in behind here because there's no way to be overtaken up through here. Currently, a moment, climb back downhill, back up the hill, and you'll be passing James and I there in our Airbnb, one of those houses that we're staying there. But Silva wants a little bit of piece of the action, knowing all the action happened a little bit earlier, didn't it? With Dylan all the way back down at the moment. Got Ryan there behind. Daniel B. Johnson, Elliot J. Smart leading this race. Nathan's down at P3 after nobody wants that P1 position. J. Smart is holding on the P1 position, James, and that seems to me the cursed position currently at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be in P1. If he can hold it out to the pit stops, we've had Dylan Gonaz go in, we've had Anthony Giuliano in, Kyle Halitsky is gone in as well. I think Kyle is actually out now.
Silva got that position too, James.
Yeah.
So P5 is done.
Got a position over Boniatti, of course. It's going to be here where these little freeway pocket battles happening. To be interested to see how they get on. Steve Rubens is at the front of this pack, of course. Kostic in second. Behind him, and then we've got Gatke there as well. Oh, Kostic's moved over. So that's allowed Atkins and Rubens through. Ah, that's a shame. But Tyler Gatke battling away with Zachary Kokis here.
Yeah, no battery flashing on the back of this one. So charge, they say. And not that much charging, guys. Yep, there it is. A little bit of contact to go off into the grass and back onto the track. It costs a little bit of time, of course, and that position is done and dusted for now, but especially dusted, of course, sand trapped. But plenty of time to go. 12 of 35. James, you know they have some pit stops coming up in that way, and so you can work your way back up to the field. Battle still pursuing for P9 at the moment.
Lap 13, contact between Zachary Kokis and Tyler Gatke. This is Mason Sagar with Steve Rubens. He's out of DRS range now. Gatke is off. Ouch.
Toe back.
Yeah.
Toed.
Straight back in there as well. Boniatti with Silva. These guys are swapping positions each lap here as well. So
I think Rubens might take Sagar as well too, James. But either way, you look at that. Exchange-aroo called DRS-aroo. But then again, the battle, I have to say, James, this is the battle for P8. This is probably the hot spot at the moment. So, Silva, if you want to do an overtake, just wait a little bit longer.
yeah.
Okay. And we'll catch this action here first. We'll go back to you in a bit. Isn't it fantastic? We can tell drivers to just choreograph their overtakes.
Well, yeah, the good thing is if they actually listen.
Yeah, I think they do sometimes, James. I believe it or not. Watching broadcasts back, I think they do. Anyway, Atkins has got to do something about Rubens. Rubens has to do something about Sagar. And that's the battle for P8.
Yeah, Sagar, Rubens, Kostic. A bit of a gap's opening up here as well. Elliot Borg is back in DRS clutches of Nathan Graham. You can see it wide open there. It's gone down all the way down to 3/10, 1/10. Is he going to make it?
Nathan's got him, James. Nathan's got him. He's got it on the inside here. Tuck it in. Swing it to the... Yeah, remember, Nathan was leading this race. He put this baby on pole. He won the sprint race. And he's like, I'm back for the Bull Shift Racing team. And he definitely got the pace. And he's battling at Elliot Borg. But he's a 3 seconds of change down the road there from Jay Smart at the moment. But does he want that P1? Jay Smart's somehow denying the curse of the P1 here in Imola.
But now, and I'm going to say for now, because
yeah,
it's,
right,
you know, we're only... Well, we're not even halfway yet. 17 will hit halfway. John Silva, Thomas Boniatti again at each other as they've come around the Piratella, dropping down into the Acqua Minerale. And this is going to be another swap, I think, by the time they get down through Ravazza.
Get that letterbox open, my friend. Sign the check and send it. Not here, of course. No letterbox here. It's just a matter of following through, as you said, James. Yeah. Well, that little letterbox, my friend, is about 17 kilometers an hour or about 8 or 9 miles per hour in your neck of the woods.
They're going to change again on the straight. They've been doing this every single lap now for about the last 3 laps. And I think Silva's going to get Boniatti again here. DRS is going to pop over now. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, that's basically go, hello, welcome to Turbocharger, welcome to Boost Territory. All it is opening up a letterbox, allowing straightaway speed. You got to drive around the outside. Now you have to commit. Now you have to brake in time.
Where's he gone?
Done.
Oh, there he is. Boniatti there behind him. Kostic still battling away here with Rubens. Kostic's looking to take in the inside line. Is Rubens going to give him room? Here we go now, down into the Tamburello. Oh, man. Michael Kostic nearly had a broken wing from Broken Wings Racing, and it's certainly, wow, that was just so close for comfort as John Silva and Thomas Boniatti are back at it again. Wow, that was like a nope. You know, I mean, that one, mate, I want that. Incredibly
James, I
close.
think he actually closed the door and said, I'm not getting burgled tonight. Yeah, I'm changing the locks, my friend. Padlocks are on there. The shutters are closed. You're not getting this position.
No, we do love a good burgle going on here. But I think John Silva and Boniatti are going to be swapping backwards and forwards. Giuliano now. He's going to try and go around the outside of Daniel B. Johnson.
You got to follow through here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You have to follow and then attack later. Because the DRS is flashing, remember, of the car up the road. So you got to remember that little flashing light. That's the blinking light of death, I call it. It's because you have no battery left. Duracell, Energizer, or whatever, there's no battery. Call Tesla, my friend. And if you do call Tesla, he'd be like, well, these cars don't run on gas, my friend. They're running on battery. Yeah, I want to see James with his guitar casting as well too. But we'll do that one a little bit later on there, James. But yeah, you're absolutely right, my friend. I'd like to see the drivers. This is a great feature you're adding here to the JP Broadcasting YouTube channel, my friend. Seeing the drivers, seeing the effort, seeing the action, and the fun. And seeing the overtakes is even more fun.
See how this one turns out, but it is still Graham and Borg battling away. Still Boniatti and Silva. They're still having a nice little scrap. At the moment, it is led by Silva and Anthony Giuliano and Johnson battling away. Segar's in the pit lane. Gatki's out. Herlitsky's out. Unfortunately for them, a bit of a rough evening of racing. So let's see how it gets on.
These two drivers you're watching at the moment for Battle for P2, they are shaving a little bit of time, believe it or not. We haven't seen too much from Jay Smart.
And it's Giuliano locking up. Giuliano locking up. Which picture-in-picture is still doing it? Because none of them should be, really. I can look back on that one and that one.
I think there may be one or two, James, but yeah.
Jay Smart's working fine.
Elliot Borg, we're looking at Anthony right now. Yeah. He's gone off the track a little bit of a moment. But what I wanted to mention to you, James, is that Jay Smart leading this race, he's lapping the 17s, right? Flat. These guys are lapping half a second quicker. Nathan and Elliot Borg battling in that position. So Jay Smart, maybe even so 3 seconds up the change, up the road, he is still not the absolute quickest driver on the track. Nathan is absolutely on a machine. He's got Elliot Borg a little bit of a toe, just outside the toe. And we'll see how that pans out because they still have to make that pit stop, James. Remember, mandatory pit stop. We are lap 8 in the 35.
Yeah, and we've just, by the looks of it, lost Anthony Giuliano there as well off at the picture-in-picture. It looks like Anthony Giuliano is out, and Jay Smart is still leading the field. Thomas Boniatti still battling away with John Silva. So these guys still going to battle, hopefully, here as well on lap 18.
Do you think, I mean, we get Anthony for a quick chat? I mean, if he has time and thinks about it, because I'm probably not the happiest camper on the planet, but then again, Anthony, you're on the pitches, and one race is a race. Halfway through the season, plenty of time to go, of course, to get some more crucial points there. And aren't we always loving to hear from a driver?
Let's bring,
even if their race wasn't the race that they wanted, but something here. Maybe we get that.
Yeah, Anthony is in to the broadcast booth. Anthony, good evening. How are you? Oh, maybe not.
Anthony, hello. Check 1 2, Anthony.
No, we'll try and
So
catch up with him a bit later, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, John Silver is still battling away with Boniati. I think this is the closest battle currently on track at the moment. Zachary Kokis has just come out of the pits. He's gone on to the soft tyres from the mediums. Of course, the whole grid started on mediums. And Kokis comes out on the softs. Gonaz is battling away quite nicely with Sean Atkins here. Both of these from the Victorious Secrets team. Victorious Secrets, should we say?
Yeah. Oh, it is Victoria's Secret. I always thought it was Victoria. My apologies. I didn't realise it the whole time, James. You can believe it or not. What, 9 rounds in this one? I still did not get that one.
Yeah, no, Victorious. Victorious. Who sung that song?
Yeah.
That was Puff Daddy or something, if I remember
Mate,
correctly.
last time we went to a Who Sung What, I got it right. So
Really?
that one, mate. Yeah, I always
When?
win those music. I told you before. Let's see whether or not Sean Atkins can do anything about Dylan. And that's a battle in team, of course. You said talking about the Victorious, not the Victoria's Secret. No, what would you call it? Panty exchanges? I didn't want to go there, James, but I had to.
No, don't go there.
No, silk.
Who
Silk.
gave you
It's carbon
control?
fiber, my friend,
Who
not
actually
silk.
gave you a microphone and said, here, mate, go pick it? I don't know, guys. What an absolute
I didn't get
nightmare.
picked up by the filters. The filters liked me. It's all good.
For now.
Hello, welcome along.
But this is the current closest battle on the screen provided by the Victoria's Secrets boys here with Dylan Gonaz in front of Sean Atkins.
I'm just wondering how Mac Miller's doing in the bull shift racing team there, James, because you're doing all right, because you got Victorious.
I love the fact that every time we say bullshift racing, we have to say it with such care and precision and caution.
Oh, you might need care right now, James, into this battle, because that could very much be a job done there.
Sean Atkins there. That's Lindsay Green in ninth.
Jay's in the pit
front of
lane
him.
too, mate.
Yeah, and Nathan Graham, both of them together.
Yeah.
So that's going to release Elliot Borg up into first place as we've got 15 laps remaining here from Imola. So let's see how this one all pans out. Miller's in, Graham's in, and also Smart is in the pits. So
I'm thinking Inters, mate, because the rain's coming. But do they not know? They don't know it, James, because the good thing about the JP Broadcasting you bring here this evening is that a test scenario of iRacing wet weather racing. But we didn't tell the drivers, did we?
Are you honestly thinking that rain is going to be coming? Oh,
Yes, sir.
Borg's gone round.
Oh no, Borg!
The strike.
You got to keep this
place.
up. Yes, on a
curse of
potential
place.
outlap. Going into a potential in-lap, it's going to hurt big time. Nathan's going to be hugely on the back right now on Mr. J Smart.
The good thing for the
And if he doesn't get it right, look at Mac Miller, who's down the road there as well. Look at this, James.
Yeah,
Look at
Ryan
this. One little
O'Connor.
mistake.
Ryan O'Connor's not pitted. The best thing about Borg is the fact that these guys have come out behind Ryan O'Connor, because O'Connor's not as quick as these guys, and he could really play a big part in this. If he held up Smart, held up Graham, there still might be just that little chance that Borg can hold on here, but it's definitely going to be an interesting one from Smart over Graham.
Not for too long, James. Look at this tangling. Oh, Jay goes around. Backing off big time, I think, is Nathan.
Yeah.
And Elliot Bull goes in. So what has just happened here on lap 21?
Yeah, I think this could be, if he gets this right, he could be in and out before they even come round. They're literally heading round the last Ravazza. Stickford 7 you're looking for. I believe they're just about to come past him now. Is Elliot Borg going to hang on to this? Oh, it's going to be definitely close as they're coming out. There's Elliot Borg. Oh, Jay Smart's a bit further up the road. There he is into the hairpin. So Nathan Graham should technically, well, Matt Miller's out in front currently at the moment. It does say O'Connor, but O'Connor's not pitted yet, Biggles, as he's got Matt Miller, Graham, and
he hasn't.
Smart.
Yeah, it's Mac Miller and Nathan, but I think Nathan wants this one. He knew he put that puppy on pole. He knows he wants it back. He knows he had a little bit of a mistake being that P1. The only problem he has right now, of course, is Mac Miller. Jay Smart's in the mix there. Elliot Borg, of course, a little bit further down the road. Pit stops are now done and dusted there. Michael has to make a pit stop. Ryan has to make a pit stop, and that's pretty much it for everybody else. So that'll be your positions coming into this race.
O'Connor got first. It's gone off.
Is that tyres, James? That's going to be tyres.
Does anyone want to keep hold of first place? Same corner coming out of the Minerali, and he's just gone round.
Wasn't it just Jay, the only one that held on to first place more than a couple of laps without bidding it? Anyway, we'll see.
He just went in too hot. Way too hot for Ryan O'Connor.
Don't do a Biggles, mate. I would do that in a heartbeat. He's going back in the pit road. Here we go. So Mac Miller is essentially the leader of this race, but he's got Nathan chasing him down tooth and nail. James, Nathan wants that P2. He says, it's mine. And Mac says, are you sure, my friend? Let's see how we go. Burt Rubber Racing Team versus the part-time pros. Here we go. Welcome along. This is only round 9.
Yeah. 12 laps remaining. Miller's in front. Graham's in second. Smart in third with Borg in fourth. It could have a Smart Borg battle very, very shortly. Costic is now in and out of the pits. Daniel Johnson is there 3 seconds back at the moment. Mason Sager with Michael Costic come out side by side. But your battle up front is Miller and Graham. Who's going to win, Biggles? Who do you think is going to win? Gatki's in the YouTube chat just putting the word chaos. So it didn't go so well for Tyler Gatki there.
It's not that much chaos, mate. You have a look at some of the oval racing that occurs here on your network there, James. But this F1 racing has been absolutely brilliant here for Lightspeed Racing. And I have to say, Mac Miller, Graham, both fantastic drivers. But I have to say, if anybody's more hungry for the victory, I'd have to say it's Nathan. And here we go. Nathan pressure's on, and there it is, James. What do you reckon? Can he make it? Stick in the corner. Closes letterbox, gets on the racing line, and gets the exit done. Welcome along to leading the race again, Nathan. Number 1 machine on top, part-time pros.
Too easy. Way too easy. Miller didn't defend the inside line. He did well. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what he was trying to defend, but it just kept to the outside. And Graham just said, "Thanks very much." He didn't even send it around a long way. Way too easy. Door was wide open.
What? That easy, James? Let me get you in a W12 machine. So you can handle this one. But
mate,
yeah,
I would have parked
easy.
it.
Put it that way.
Yeah, I would have parked it about a car's length away from that white line. And I turned around and said to Mac, "Go on in, son. Which way are you going to go? Because you're going to go outside. I'm going to cover you off. You're going to come inside. There's a nice little grass patch with your name on it. So
if you want to see easy, mate, maybe P9, P8, exactly, because that's soft tires versus hard tires. Even though the pictures don't show the soft stripe, there should be the red stripe, but the graphics show that one. But I tell you what, even with that, Michael's pace is quick, so we'll see if we can make that work on Mr. Mason Sager.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've still got that wonderful glitch where the car's been 2 seasons now, and yet we still haven't fixed the tyre colours.
You complaining about this? Have you ever casted a Formula One, I was going to say arcade, but the Formula One game? Mate, they haven't got anything fixed in like 10 years. What are you talking about? At least iRacing isn't that bad.
No, he's got it too hot. Sager's going to come in. He went in there too hot. It's going to allow Kostic to come right up behind him. I wouldn't take him yet. Give him the Ravazza and get the DRS off him.
Yeah, guys, you got time on your side. You got 10 laps, okay? Don't risk it for the biscuit that much. But you know what? Keep us entertained. Go for it.
I wouldn't take it. I'll take him now, though. Take him now.
Yep. DRS, mate. Look at this.
No,
letterbox open.
That's
Checks in the mail.
Sager's defending the inside line. He's trying to hang it on. If Kostic's going to go round, he's not going to be able to hang it on round the Tamburello there as well. And Kostic is now up in to 8th place as we see.
Ocho placer. I tell you what's even more impressive, you go right on the cameras. So Nathan just banked in the fastest lap on this last lap before. But guess what? Mr. McMill's hanging in there just inside and outside of DRS. Nathan says, I wanted to deny you any possibility of getting that letterbox open. And on the edge there, just as I said that, Mac Miller was putting in some back laps as well too. But I'll tell you what, Nathan is wanting to deny him. But remember, Nathan, I'm sorry, I don't want to cast a curse you, my friend, but the caster cursing of P1 at the moment in this race has hurt you, so see if you can bring it back.
That's the thing, Relax, is you see everybody that's been in P1 has spun. Graham, Smart, Miller, Borg, O'Connor.
Yeah, I know. 5
cars out of P1. Nobody seems to want to hold on to it. Is Atkins going to make the move over Gonaz? He has. Gonaz goes to the outside. Teammates, first rule of racing, don't take out your teammates.
Second rule of racing, don't race with James. Exactly.
Third rule of racing, give me the inside line because I want it whether you're going to give it to me or not.
Fourth rule of racing, don't give James a Big Mac when he's racing. There we go.
Zachary Kokas here.
How long you want to keep going the rules of racing, my friend? Go on, mate.
What have you been up to? Coming out of toes is going to be on the gas too early. Yep. Big round loud pedal for Zachary Kokas. So there we go.
Tell you what, James. Oh, and Jason. Now, Jason for a second time, so something's going wrong here. J Smart, crucial championship for clutches of Wells Racing, has perhaps double clutched his way into something's going wrong here, James, because he's going to lose a couple of positions here for sure.
Got a drive through.
It must be. I didn't see it in the box.
It is.
Yeah, you're right. It's a drive through.
It's the drive through. I wonder what for Jay Smart.
Maybe for forgetting to get your Big Mac in the drive-thru. I'm not quite sure, James, but there's something that's going definitely wrong with that one.
Can you stop talking about food? I'm so hungry about now. Black flag drive-thru, but what did he get it for, Tyler?
Yeah, don't tell her. You know this one.
I wonder what that was for.
Oh, Jay, mate, get the twirly woolly out of the corner. You got a bit of a gap behind, 16 seconds, but don't you got to bring Ryan into the play, my friend, making a little bit of a risky moment. He's got 3 seconds of change there now from P5. And Nathan, man, I'd have to say, as long as he doesn't have the casting curse of the Imola P1 position, he has this one in the bag.
Yeah, definitely there as well. I'm interested to know what that's for. Black flag at 14 incidents. Yeah, but by my count, he's not on 14.
But James, you know, our count isn't exactly what real count is.
Hey,
you know that one.
My count's accurate.
Yeah.
To the 28th place.
British education versus the rest of the world, you know, there's argument about that one.
No, you're right. I can't argue that. I'm just going to give it to you.
I can't pick on you, James, that one, but it's true.
I've got to sit here with my shoes and socks off to be able to count past 10. Give me a break. You know what I mean?
No, thank you, Tyler, for relaying that one. That's probably 100% correct.
I think it might be right. He's got a drive-through, but I'm interested to see what it got it for. Drive-throughs at 14x, as you say. So, yeah. Poor old Jay Smart there.
Come on, Dylan, mate. You going to do it to your team, mate?
No, it's not. No.
Sean and Dylan have been at it too for now. How are they going in the championship, James? How was this panning out between Sean and Dylan? That will be the key, isn't it? We're 9 races into this. We're halfway through. So are they trying to look at each other in the championship for drivers?
In the Drivers' Championship currently, Gonaz is ahead of his teammate.
So
Dylan's on 77. Hold on.
And what's Sean on?
Sean is on... Oh, Sean's a long way back. 27.
So would that be a late call if Sean's going to say, okay, Dylan, well, you know, you're both in the team anyway, so either way you switch doesn't make any difference, right? Your team's still going to get the same points. But does Sean want to allow Dylan to get a little more crucial points? Mason Sego's putting a bit of pressure right now there on the back of the P8 position there. Michael, that'll be something to look out for as well there, James. Because they're not in the same teams.
Yeah. Michael Kostick, Ryan O'Connor. O'Connor from Shyline Racing. Kostick, of course, from Broken Wings. Let's hope there is no broken wings here this evening.
Mason saying about DRS activated. Here we go. Close that letterbox before he goes through the S's. See if Mason can put on a little bit of a charge rampage here. That's also a battle, remember, between the Broken Wings and the Cheerline Racing team. So crucial for their battles in the championship standings. 30 of 35, my friend James. And Nathan Lucas solid. Mac looking solid. Borg looking solid. Sylvia, 12 seconds to change down the road there. Probably out of a podium position, but and never know what happens in motor racing, especially in Italy.
Yeah, this is Broken Wings is behind Shyline Racing by about 27 points, I think, 28 points.
And Broken Wings have a driver. Well, that's the hottest driver, of course, in the championship at the moment. Is Michael? You're watching 8 positions gained. You have to say for the number 4 machine. That's good. I'll take 8 any day of the week. In fact, he's gained more positions than any other driver on the grid. So,
yeah, I would definitely take 8 positions as well, as we are on lap 30. We've got 5 to go here this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have done, that's absolutely amazing.
If you haven't, James is going to hunt you down. Drone strike.
Well, I don't know if that's the
Give
right.
us your GPS locations.
Look, that's not the right terminology. I'm not going to hunt
James,
anybody.
I'm messing around.
I'm just going to bury you under my patio. Anyway,
all you have to do is deny James a drive-through at McDonald's. Just like at the moment there, Atkins is trying to deny Dylan an opportunity for a switcheroo. Now you'd have to say you have to switcheroo, guys, because you got to think about the drivers' championship.
Yeah, they didn't need to. Dylan is in
You're
front.
doing it for the team. Doesn't matter. 15th, 13th, and 14th is still going to be the same places for the Victoria's Secret.
They're both for the pits.
Oh, they're both boxing, James.
What?
It's a boxeroo match here in the pit road.
I wonder if they've both got drive-throughs.
Well, we'll see. It's a long pit
Whatever
road,
they're doing, they're definitely doing it together, aren't they?
Yeah. No, they're. Let's see if he ducks in. No, it's a drive-through.
Both of them together. What is the chances of that?
I think they wanted a little bit of sponsor exposure, and that worked perfectly, obviously. Thank you very much, guys. You choreographed that one perfectly. But will there be still a switcheroo? Because remember, Dylan's a little bit more in the points championship at the moment. Will Sean deny him would be the question. But one thing you can't deny at the moment, Nathan, but the part-time pros has got it done, mate. 3 seconds to change at the moment. He can sit back, relax, grab a coffee, grab a Big Mac through the drive-through. Either way, my friend, he's got it done, hasn't he? And mind you, he had a spit of room, remember, after leading the race. But he came back, and he came back stronger than ever before. Yeah. I'm telling you, Nathan Maver will be starting to subscribe NATH in the Drivers' Championship here for Lightspeed Racing. That trophy is still up for grabs.
Yeah, the problem with Nathan Graham is he's quite a long way back at the moment. He's sitting in 8th place in the Drivers' Championship with Tamas Boniati in front of him. Graham's only on 53. He's got to go out and practically win every single race of the remaining.
And what has he been doing, James?
Yeah, but
lately?
he's still. It's a long, hard slog for him to get it. He took the feature last week at Magny-Cours, of course, and he took the sprint, so he had double points last week. But
yeah,
we have got.
What else can he do?
Well, yeah.
What else can he do?
He's a long way back, mate. I know optimism's a wonderful thing, and we're trying to tell a story and make sure that people don't get bored, but.
I'm not telling a story, mate. I'm writing a script.
It's a little bit too far back for me.
Mate, he was 16th, I believe, in going back in one of those previous races before. You're talking 8th now. He's chunking points too for now. All he has to do is see what Mac Miller do, Elliott Ford, Silva, Jay Smart. All he has to do is to see them finish behind him. And you never know what can happen. The end of the season. We have 8 or so, 7 races to go. We'll find out. Of course, we'll talk to the drivers, but he's done everything he can do. That's all he needs to do.
7 left in the
I don't know if there's going to be a switcheroo here, mate. Is there? I think there
Gomez is in front. To be honest, though, I don't know how much of a choice Atkins actually had there, because he did take this wide line into the final turn, and of course put himself down the order there and run offline. So Dylan Gomez.
As long as they finish the race, James, the team won't lose.
No.
Telling the drivers, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because,
definitely.
Yeah, they got guaranteed points here, 13th and 14th, but these don't take each other out. But look at Nathan, mate. Part-time pros. I had to say, he's driven a flawless race. Remember, he led this race.
Yeah.
He got the sprint race, and the curse of the number one
He slowed down.
is kicked in.
Oh, no. Okay, cool. He hasn't. Have a look at Daniel Johnson there on your screen. You can see him now.
What about Jay Spark? Can Jay Spark do anything about Silver in the dying stages of this race? That'll be a key, mate.
Yeah, we'll
'Cause
have
now
a look
you
at
got-
that very, very shortly and see how they're going to get on. I don't know if Jay's
Jay's going to
do
go
it.
for it here.
He's got to.
This is crucial in the championship points. This is 1 or 2, but then again, don't take each other out because that'll hurt a little bit more than that. But it's a rivalry that's brewing, James, and they're on the penultimate lap. So who wants the DRS and who doesn't want the DRS?
To be fair, if I was smart, I'd be taking that DRS. I'd be like, thank you very much. I'll have some of that. Because,
James, they both got around. They both made a mistake. So that was smart to make a mistake. Silver's now had to back off from that one. They both, we have to look at the replay. This is on the penultimate lap. They have a gap. How much of a gap to? Not that much of a gap actually to P6. So that could be dangerous territory as well.
Nathan Graham on the final lap of the race. So Nathan Graham coming up round Tozer now. 7 gone, and he's got 11 turns remaining before he takes another
Can you show the replay
victory.
real quick there, James, before we go back to that one? Because I want to
Yeah,
see.
Jay
what
Smart
happened.
carried too much speed. So watch his speed exit as he's coming out here. He just carries way too much.
Lock up.
There we go.
Oh, you're right. Yep. And either way, if there's damage or not, I think they're still going to finish in those positions. So as you see it right now, here we go for the final lap here at Lightspeed Racing League for round 9. Remember, many more rounds to go, but nothing Nathan has to worry about apart from the fact that P1 curse is done and dusted and broken. One more corner, James. One more corner.
Here he comes now, weaving backwards and forwards across the line. He goes for Nathan Graham there in first place. Matt Miller is in second. Elliot Borg will come across the line in third. John Silver in fourth as he's coming round the Ravatsas. Ravatsas left and right, done and dusted. Jay Smart put him down in fifth, of course, having a battle with Silver. Made contact on the penultimate lap. Boniati's going to come through here in sixth. And then O'Connor is coming into the Ravatsa.
Your Italiano's getting better, James.
Thank you. I've been practicing. Brrr.
Pratica il Italiano il James. I can't pronounce your name, actually.
Imola.
What a race.
Yep,
What a race.
absolutely. Caustic and Sagar to come across the line with Gonaz.
They're bringing home, guys. Podium position, well, not podium position, points positions are up for grabs. They get it done, bang, across the line. See Barney. He's been waiting for you. Certainly have driven a race of races.
Yeah, and let's bring you up the results on your screen. Here for the feature race, Nathan Graham is a double winner this evening in first in the sprint, I believe, and first in, yeah, he was first in the sprint, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. First in the sprint, Matt Miller second, Jay Smart third, Elliot Borg fourth, Thomas Boniati fifth, Ryan O'Connor sixth, John Silver seventh, Lindsay Green eighth there, and then below that we've got Zachary Kokas in ninth place, Daniel Johnson in 10th, Dylan Gonaz 11th, Carl Halitsky in 12th, Tyler Gatke 13th, Mason Sagar 14th, Anthony Giuliano in 15th place there. Rounding out the order there beyond that, Tyler Gatke and Carl Halitsky were the ones that didn't finish, but these guys are done and dusted, so well done to them. We're going to get some people in for interviews. We're going to leave them in the capable hands of the one and only Mr. Biggles. So who would you like first, sir?
That's a dangerous thing to do there, James, but I tell you what, you know, There's gladiators in the arena, even the Colosseums, of course, in the birthplace of the arenas. And the gladiators themselves. I have to say, we'll pull Nathan in first, of course, because I have to say I'm favoriting Nathan. He's the number one machine. He's the number one driver across the line. Spinaroo or not, Nathan, for the part-time pros, GG's, my friend. You have done it.
Thank you.
Italia and Imola is yours. How was your race?
Whoa, that was a rough race for me, really, but a lot of fun because of it. Spun early. Not really sure. I might have just gotten the gas a little hard there through the chicane, and so I was down like 6-7 seconds, and then luckily they started fighting up in the front, and so I was able to catch up a little bit. And then who was it? Mac or no? It was Jay, I think, that had a bad pit stop, and that caught me up to him. Yeah, and then I bumped into Jay in a chicane because the guy in front of him that was on a different plan kind of went slow, and I didn't expect how slow he's going to go through there. So, anyways, but it was really fun.
Did you expect, because I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware up in the casting box, but everybody was in P1 got cursed because you spun. Driver ended up getting a P1 spun. The driver behind you ended up getting a P1 spun. Well, you were worried that, and obviously it didn't weigh you too much because you put your head down there and got the job done and got back up the P1.
Yeah, I just planned on trying to do best laps possible, save some tires, and see what would happen in the end. I was hoping guys would fight, and then I realized guys had spun because that's probably the only reason why I was able to catch back up and then make it a fight. And then I think maybe max tires or something fell off at the end there.
Now, Nathan, you were, I believe, a couple of weeks ago, 16th or so in the championship. And James was saying about 8th in the championship. You're now climbing your way up the championship. Now, I know James is not 100% confident in saying you winning the championship, but we're halfway through the season. Do you think you can win this championship?
Man. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. I will have to miss some Wednesdays, unfortunately, with travel, so that's going to hurt me. But we'll have to see if other guys have to miss too. If everyone makes it, I probably don't have a chance.
All right, but maybe they can't or maybe they can. But either way, you're doing everything you do, delivering it pole, delivering it sprint race, delivering it and the feature race. So GG's, Nathan.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And you had to also it wasn't easy just from P1 all the way to P1 with the Spinaroo, came back, pit stop strategies. Brilliant, my friend. Any shout outs you want to say to your team, friends, family?
Part-time pros, always my race team, and then my wife will let me do it.
Oh, we spoke of that before. Your wife let you do it. GG's.
Hey, yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
You, my friend. Part-time pros are full-time pros. GG.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
James, we have a Mac Miller and Elliot Borg wading into the championship, of course, into the Champagne era. So who would we like to chat to? Well, we'll chat to Mac Miller, of course. Mac Miller, you started in P2, you finished in P2, the Burnout Racing team. How was your race?
Could have been better. That was pretty sloppy from all of us up top. Tough track. I was stuck in attack mode, so I think I was just pushing a little too hard, trying to make up for that, but no real excuse, just a dumb mistake.
And you weren't the only one. You weren't the only one, but you ended up finishing in the same position you were. Closest battles, like, did you think you were going to catch Nathan? Did you think you had to hold off Elliot behind you, which is crucial, of course, in the championship?
Nathan, he definitely he probably had the pace on me today. I was all over the place. I think I had 11x after 11 laps. So once things kind of settled in, I'm like, I'm just not going to push. I'm going to take the podium, not get a dumb drive through and throw away points, because that's what you got to think about.
And we saw that actually, believe it or not, there was a driver or so that did 14x or 13x. What was the actual limit
14.
of the drive through?
14. So I was at 13 for about half the race.
Oh, wow. So at that point, my friend, you don't want to be risking a drive through. That's podium done and dusted. So very clever play. So settling for a P2, which is also great in the championship. Can't deny that one. So Burnt Out Racing, well, it is. Starting P2, finishing in P2, can't deny that in the championship. Any shout outs you want to give to your team, friends?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out to Lindsay, great teammate. Nathan, phenomenal pace. Jay, was really unfortunate to see that. I think Jay got a drive through. It wound up, but still, that was really, really fun battling up front. I think Jay and Nathan were definitely in League of Their Own today, but I'll take the P2 for sure.
And real quick, Mac, because there was a lot of action there. Did you end up in P1 having a spinneroo in that cursed P1, or you're?
I did. Couldn't hold off Nathan for
2-1.
long, but I was briefly in P1. So small victories.
And then you had a spinneroo in the P1, or what happened there?
I did.
The curses
spin,
was in P1 here.
It could have been. I honestly don't remember what position I was in, but I was not in P1 long. Put it that way.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely be seeing you back into the action there in round 10.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much,
that.
Mac Miller. See you there.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, I could smell the rubber burning, my friend, up in the casting booth. So GG's
Elliot
on that one.
Borg is in the pits.
Elliot Borg is next. That's right, James, for the bull shift racing there. Elliot Borg, you go the only driver in the top podium that gained a position. How was your race?
That was a bunch of fun. So I finally beat Jay. So I'll take that. I think that's the first time since I joined the league that I've beat him and he actually finished the race. So pretty happy to be just a couple seconds behind Nathan and Mac. That was a bunch of fun. Was trying some strategy stuff. I actually tried to let Nathan go into turn 1 when he had the DRS because my goal was to beat Mac. So playing some games, having some fun, trying some different things, and I mean, I'll take a P3 in this instance for sure.
I thought your game was to beat Jay Smart, who finished in P5. Mac finished in P2. So what was your goal? I mean, I'd say beat everybody, but...
Well, definitely beat everybody, but at the time, Jay was like 5 seconds ahead. Nathan was breathing down my neck, and Mac was like 4 seconds behind us. So my goal was, I mean, try and get the highest finishing position. Didn't think I had the pace to hold off Nathan without giving up the gap to Mac. So really, I was trying to look at overall finish and see what we could manage. So, and it all, I mean, came out in P3.
This will be crucial in the championship because you are but 13 or so points. And I say unlucky for some. Well, maybe lucky for you, my friend, because now you're not 13 points behind. We'll talk all about that one later. Of course, everybody has to sign up and subscribe to the Lightspeed Racing League to catch up on that one. And overall, my friend, yeah, exactly. Podium position is good. You could have a little bit out of the podium position, but you gained that one position at the end there. And the crucial thing, as you are very much aware, is that Jay finished in P5, and Jay is the man that's leading you in the championship. Any shout out to teams, friends, family supporting you all the way?
Yeah, a big shout out to Tomas. We were the Aston Martin of the field today, 3rd and 6th. So to get some good points, we should stretch it out a little bit in the constructors. As much as I would like to say I'll have pace for the drivers, and that's my ultimate goal. Winning the constructors would be, a great first loser.
I'd love to hear James. That'll be speaking in a second there about the bull shift racing because he has to pause that one a little bit. But GG's to you, my friend Elliot Borg. You're still in it. Yeah, many races to go. Championship is perhaps up for grabs. You can start subscribing the E into that. Maybe with a double L. It is double L, all right. So anyway, we'll see. And then with the bull shift racing. Anyway, congratulations, Elliot Borg there on the P3 position. 63 machine gaining 1 place. And more crucially, I guess, in the championship, getting more places over Jay Smart in the championship. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for all you do. We'll see you next Sunday.
Take care. All right, there we go, guys. That is wrapping out there this evening as well. That is the interviews done by the wonderful Biggles. So thank you so much. Biggles, one sentence this evening on what you think the rest of the racing here tonight.
Give me more.
Okay, that will do for me. Right, guys, that's going to round up the broadcast as well. Zombie, thank you so much for joining me. Tyler Conway as well. Just imagine the Big Mac. Good. Oh, shut up. I'll tell you.
That was on you.
Gareth Allen, Sophie Chan as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the racing, guys. But for now, from myself and the mighty Dean Biggles, take care. Have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.